Today, I am taking a look at the Xtar VC4 Plus. It's been a while since I've had anything from Xtar on the channel, so I was happy when they reached out to let me know that they had some new chargers and offered to send me this VC4 Plus to check out the new upgrade features and to review. You'll know if you're a longtime subscriber, I reviewed the original VC4 quite a while ago, and Xtar fans will rejoice to hear that now you have manual control over the charging speeds and a few other nice upgrades. So let's take a closer look. As always, if you're not a follower of my social media channels, please do so. Links for that will be in the description below. So let's take a quick look at the packaging and accessories here. Here is the box that it comes in, a little bit different from Xtar, just a plain cardboard box. Shows the charger on the front here, a little bit more information on the back as far as some of the features. And this is probably what you really want to see here. And I'll kind of scroll slowly so you can see, but it supports lots of different chemistries of batteries, the lithium-ion, INR, and ICR, and then a ton of different sizes here. Make note here that it can do those protected 21700s, which is nice. And it also do your nickel metal hydride and NiCad batteries too. You do get a few accessories with the charger itself. You get this nice kind of thin leather vinyl bag here with Xtar on it. Kind of nice place to put everything. You get a QC 3.0 charger. This is 120/240 compatible and can put out 5 volts at 3 amps, 9 volts at 2 amps, and 12 volts at 1.5 amps. And it is USB-A, as you can see there. You get a manual as well, which is useful. And then you get a USB-A to C charging cable, which I have plugged in ready to show you here a little bit later. So here is the charger itself. Let's take a look at the construction and design. The VC4 Plus is it shares a lot of design and construction features with other Xtar 4-bay chargers. It's ABS plastic that's fire retardant, which is good. And there is venting here on the sides and on the back. You can't really read this, but it tells all your inputs and outputs on the back here. I wish they'd fill this in with a little bit of white ink or something to make the contrast better, because it doesn't show up on video at all, and you've got to have it just in the right light to read it when you've got it in person too. It does have USB-C input up here at the top, which is what I'm using right now, and we'll talk more about the power construction here in a minute. As far as what all batteries it supports, I won't go into all the detail, but I'll insert a picture of what Xtar is saying here. I've got an 18650 in here. This is a protected long battery. I've got a 21700 in here going in next. I will throw a nickel metal hydride battery in just for good measure to show you can charge those. And lastly, I will do a 10440 to show you can charge those at a slower rate too. That's a flat top, so you've just got to get it just right for it to work. I measured the minimum and the maximum size of cells you can fit in here, and minimum was 31 millimeters and maximum was 77.7 millimeters. Your 21800s that most people are starting to use now won't fit in this charger, but about everything else from a 10440 to a 32650 and protected 21700s will fit. So let's talk about that power input here. It's USB-C, and I've got my cable plugged in via a bigger power supply here, and you can see if I hold this up here, it is running at 8 watts PD power right now. I'm not charging these fast or anything like that, but it does have that capability. It is capable of supporting a wide range of standards. Officially, Xtar rates it as QC 3.0 compatible with 5 volts, 3 amps, 9 volts, 2 amps, profiles, and QC3 was never a standard that I cared for, so I've been using USB-C PD here for the most part. And this is the main feature of the charger that's really nice. You can just hit that current button, and there you go. It's seeing you've got the charging rate you can specify there, and you can go 2000, 1000, 500 milliamp hours, and 250. And unfortunately, all 4 bays are going to be the same charging rate, which is a little bit unfortunate, but you can click it again here and pop it up to 3000. Obviously, it won't charge these smaller batteries at that high rate, and that's something to note here too. When I was testing earlier, 4 fully discharged 18650 batteries pulled 25 watts via USB-C PD, and there's no power bank function on this charger. It's not a deal breaker for me. And one thing to note is that it can only charge that 3 amps when at 1 bay at a time. You can't charge all 3 at 3 amps like other chargers on the market can that I've reviewed. So your maximum with 2 batteries is 2 amps, or 3 or 4, your maximum is 1 amp charging speed. So overall charging isn't faster here. It's just a nice upgrade for 1 or 2 bays. So let's take a little bit of a look at the screen here. We can see that it does have an auto dimming feature, which we can see, and it seems to work pretty well, depending on my camera refresh rate there. But right now we're in capacity mode, so charging. If I hit that mode button, it moves over to current. In IR mode, you have a resistance measurement of the cells here. And then you have to press and hold to get into grading mode here. And what this does is it charges up the batteries fully, discharges them, and then charges them again, and gives you the capacity of the cells. So that's a kind of nice feature to have too. And then you have storage mode here. Now, this is a feature a lot of people will like. It will only charge the cell up to what it feels like is a healthy charge rate for long-term storage. And in my testing, that was 3.66 volts for lithium-ion batteries. I did not test it for nickel metal hydride. It's not really a problem there. And the charger also offers a couple other features like 0-volt activation, reverse polarity protection, and protection from short circuits, overcharges, and disheating. And there we are back in normal capacity mode. And I'll just flip this around and show you what it does for reverse polarity protection. It just reads error there. When completely charged, you get a little message here saying done. No beeps or anything like that. And as you saw, the screen does time out after 1 minute and goes dark. So if you're wanting to charge this in a bedroom or something like that, that'll work just fine. It won't wake you up. So overall here, I like the VC4 Plus. It's a nice upgrade over the older VC4 and brings that family into 2022 with the USB-C input, which I really like, and it's compatible with both USB-C PD or QC3, whichever standard you prefer. For me, I ran here almost exclusively in USB-C PD because I really don't have many QC3 chargers, and it was a standard that never really caught on for me once USB-C became the norm. Xtar finally addressed the issue that many people have with its chargers, that you couldn't manually override the charging rate. Gone are those problems, and now it's selectable from 3 amps, 2 amps, 1, 500 milliamp hours, and 250, all of which are great to see, so it fits your 10440s to your 21700s all appropriately. It's nice to also see those features like the restorative cells, the grading, measuring internal resistance, and allows them to put into a storage mode as well. The two things I don't love here about this charger is that all the bays are linked together for the charging speed. On other chargers I've reviewed, you've been able to pick per bay, which is nice for when you're charging different sizes of batteries. And the other thing along those lines is this isn't a super fast charger when you're charging more than one battery at a time. Like I said, it can only do 3 amps on one cell at a time. If you've got all 4 like this, and the maximum it can do is 1 amp at a time. With USB-C having a lot of power potential, they could change this and put more power into it if they wanted to. The end result here is, I think, is a very well-rounded charger that's pretty affordable without major issues. I think for many, this could be your one and only charger if you wanted to, and it's a nice upgrade from older Xtar models if you've already got one. Thanks for watching these videos. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer them. And if I have any specials, deals, coupons, or anything like that, I'll leave them in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next review.